got to come see us on September 27th. We've got 15% off all Echo Power equipment. It's trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, you name it. Top quality tools at great prices. Don't miss out and come see us at Ace Hardware Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
I'm Jimmy Sprayberry, class of '79. I grew up here in Chickamauga. Krista and I raised our children here. You know, I learned a whole lot about life on this field, and ever since 1988, I've been helping folks with their insurance needs. When I turned 60, I too became bombarded with phone calls and junk mail about Medicare insurance. And that's why I want to offer you a free Medicare review.
It's an honor to serve the community that I live in and help it to thrive. Here at Summit Physical Therapy, we focus on getting you back doing the things that you love to do. With years of trusted experience, we're bringing expert healthcare closer to home. It's hometown healing with care that's personal, local, and built around you. Coming soon to our North Georgia communities.
The Trojan Club raises money to support all athletics at Gordon Lee High School. 100% of all proceeds benefit our student athletes, and we like to say thank you.
Thanks for the turf and the video board.
We love our renovated dugouts and video board.
Thank you for covering all drug testing and our athletic fees.
We appreciate the drones and the Titan GPS trackers.
We appreciate you covering our state travel fees and equipment upgrades.
Thank you for our custom whiteboard and our upgraded lockers.
We love our awesome new court and video board.
Thanks for paying our entry fees to our tournaments and everything you do for our athletes.
If you want to be a part of this greatness, scan this Venmo code and donate to the Trojan Club today.
I bought my very first home here 22 years ago.
Since then, this town has become more than a place. It's my community, my passion, and my purpose. I've helped families grow, empty nesters downsize, and dreamers take their first big step.
Whether you're buying or selling, remember me. Let's write your next chapter together.
As a reminder, the Georgia High School Association and its member schools have made a commitment to promote good sportsmanship by students, athletes, coaches, and spectators at all GHSA sanctioned events. Profanity, degrading remarks, and intimidating actions directed at officials, competitors, or other spectators will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the event site. Spectators are not allowed to have a competition area prior to, during, or after the conclusion of the contest. Violators are subject to removal from the venue. As always, we thank you for your cooperation in the promotion of good sportsmanship at tonight's event.
I bought my very first
Looking
home.
for an affordable, convenient way to jumpstart your career? At Georgia Northwestern Technical College, we make education work for you. With hands-on training, many tuition-free programs through the Hope Career Grant, plus a 99% job placement rate means you'll be ready to fill in-demand jobs. Don't wait. Get the skills you need for the job you want. Visit gntc.edu today and start building your future.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
You're watching the Trojan Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Friday Night Lights brought to you by the Trojan Network. Should have a good game for you tonight. Your Gordon Lee Trojans at the Chattooga Indians. Your Trojans come in 3-1. Already had their 2 bye weeks for the season. The Indians come in 1-4. So this is the second region game for the Trojans. Trojans currently are 1-0 in the region. Several teams 2-0 in the region already. So the Trojans come in currently sitting in 4th place in the region by technicality. But a win tonight would go a long way in moving the Trojans up that Region 7A leaderboard as we work closer and closer to the end of the season and towards the playoffs. Got a beautiful night tonight. We're actually broadcasting live from the visitors' bleachers here, so Trojan fans all around us tonight. May sound a little different, may look a little different, but it'll still be Trojan Network football. Want to take a moment. I know you got to see some of our commercials, but I'll take a moment to thank all of our sponsors in advance. First off, Greg Payne with the Greg Payne Mortgage Team, Beth Price with Keller Williams, Water Sucks, Local Storage, North Georgia Technical College, Jessica Parrish with TBFCU, Chitter Chatter, Jimmy Sprayberry Insurance, Honey Plus June Boutique, Crawfish Springs Custom Cabinetry and Millworks, Jordan Dupree United Real Estate Experts, the Trojan Club, Jet Energy, Real Estate Partners, Burke French Homes, Summit Physical Therapy, the Local Beard Company, and also Nick Bomar Trucking. Got about 6 minutes and 30 seconds before we kick this game off. The Chattooga Band is set up on the field, and I see the captains headed down to stand with the officials. Don't have any of the Trojans out here yet, but I do see them coming from the far locker room, decked out in their white helmets, white jerseys, and what I affectionately refer to as the old silver britches. So we're excited to see the Trojans play tonight. A lot of stuff going on here for the Trojans this week. We lost a dear friend in Sawyer Hickson, the young man who went to school with a lot of these boys, passed away this week. So thoughts and prayers with his family. Our starting quarterback, Dusty Day, his father's sick, so we pray for him and his family, and then continue to pray for Bash Cole as he fights through leukemia. If you're a praying type, please say prayer for those families as they have a lot going on. This will be a nice reprieve for a lot of people to come out and play a game. Just remembering it is just a game. Trojan seniors, as Coach Groce has done this year, are all coming out as captains. They'll come to the 50-yard line, and then the 4 permanent captains will walk to the 50, center of the field for the coin toss. Fans continue to pour in here for the Trojans. It's a good 50-minute drive for a lot of these Trojan fans. Love to see how many have come out tonight already, and they continue to roll in here as we're about 4.5 minutes away from kickoff. On our broadcast last week, the local beard company recognized Lane Vaughn as the player of the game, had 147 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. And then quarterback Dustin Day was recognized in Northwest Georgia as the player of the week. Had some solid passing numbers last week. I don't have those in front of me. I believe it was over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 interception late, where we had to try to force one down the field before halftime. But 2 solid performances there. Also like to shout out Bryson Oliver. Had 2 touchdowns from the wide receiver position last week, and then 2 touchdowns from number 9, Peyton Groce, and I believe about 123 yards rushing for him as well. So it was a good week offensively last week for the Trojans as they took down the Christian Heritage Lions for homecoming. Extremely busy week last week. We had early morning pep rally for game of the week. Word on the street is it was the biggest crowd that Channel 3's game of the week has seen for a 6 a.m. pep rally in the 2 years they've been doing that. So shout out to the entire Chickamauga community for coming out bright and early last Friday morning. Then we had the homecoming parade, homecoming game. The following day we had the homecoming dance. That always comes with homecoming pictures, which you know a lot of these football players loved. So it was a busy weekend all the way around. I'm sure this week felt like a bit of a break. Looks like the Trojans are actually going out a little differently tonight. Looks like number 12, Dustin Day, and number 11, I believe that is Hurley McAllister, headed to the center of the field, arm in arm. Not sure if you can see it on video here, but Chattooga's got 2 rather large individuals, 0 and 41, that'll be out there as captains. I believe both of them are defensive tackles and offensive linemen for the Indians. So we'll see how the Trojans plan to deal with that size and strength throughout the day. Both those guys played last year. Trojans did a good job of isolating them when we were on offense, double teaming them from a blocking perspective, running the football straight at them and moving the football down the field. Waiting on the toss here. So it looks like the Trojans have won the toss. Maybe I missed that. Sorry, folks, I was not paying close enough attention. Not sure if the Trojans won the toss there or not. I'm sure somebody will chime in and let me know if I was wrong. All those seniors head back down the field with their team to run through the Gordon Lee Trojan football sign and get this game fired up. 12 minutes are set on the game clock. And we are about to have some fun. Here comes your Trojans. Fans stand up here, clapping for the Trojans as they come to the field. We'll see if these young men can put on a performance for us this week like they did last week. The Chattooga Indians come out on the field as well. You can hear the battle drums going off. And we're about to get this thing kicked off. No, a lot of people weren't able to make it to the game. Should have quite a few people watching online tonight. Feel free to comment. Let us know where you're watching from. We'll try to keep an eye on that, give you a shout out throughout the game. Chattooga band works their way off the field. Officials get set. And we're going to kick this thing off here in just a moment. I'm actually watching a little bit on my phone. I actually like the lower angle we have here. We'll see how it works throughout the game, but for now, looks really good. I know last week we had a little bit of volume issue. I did get a text from Mr. Ronald Ramsey letting me know that Chattooga is going to receive the kickoff, so thank you for that, Ronald. Last week, Grimes showed the ability to do a lot of different things in the kickoff, kicked several deep, kicked some short. We were actually able to recover one. We'll see what he can do here to get this game kicked off, and here we go. He's going to kick this one deep into the corner. It's going to be fielded at the 6-yard line. Trojans are coming down the field, going to make a tackle by number 20. Dylan Curry with the tackle there, right at the 20-yard line. So nice job by number 20, Curry, taking advantage of that special team opportunity, putting a good hit. Looks like that ball's going to come out right out to the 21-yard line. So nice job there by Curry. Looks like Trojans are going to have number 5, Garrison, and number 11, McAllister, playing corner to start out. Looks like we're going to have number 9, Groce, at strong safety, number 1, Norton. At free safety, outside linebackers are going to be, looks like number 4, Braxton Daniel. Number 3, Logan Price, middle linebacker, Lane Vaughn, and I'll get these defensive linemen here in just a minute. Looks like we've got a bit of an opportunity here with something. Looks like the play clock did not get set, so we'll see what happens here. Looks like we actually have number 31, James Schaefer, in at corner at the bottom of the screen here. Going to be a low snap, picked up by the back. He actually gets quite a bit of running room after that low snap. Looks like he picked up 7 yards, so that's going to bring up 2nd and 3. So it was a low snap. The back was able to pick it up, cut right up the middle there on the Trojans. Looks like 31 Schaefer's coming off. Number 17 coming on the field, Levi Meacham. Already have quite a few of the younger guys in here. Looks like we've got 45, Sean Harms Benefold playing defensive end. Looks like 66, I believe that's Joshua Murtaugh playing tackle. Number 6, Ross at defensive end at the top of your screen. Going to be another handoff to the outside. Big hole there. Tackle's going to be made by number 9, Groce, but not before he picks up a first down. Pick up about 5 yards there. A little harder to see the first down marker here with our players blocking it out. So I'll do the best I can from that perspective. Chattooga's going to come out. Twins at the bottom of your screen. A little heavy set at the top of your screen. 1 back in the backfield. Going to be another handoff to the back. He's going to drive his feet. He's going to pick up what looks to be about 6 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 4. So Chattooga running the ball directly up the middle. Looks like Peyton Groce actually ended up coming up with that football. I believe the tackle was made by number 3, Price there.
Right near the 40-yard line. Gain of 6, brings up 2nd down and 4.
So it is 2nd and 4. Ball sits at about the 40 here. Looks like we're going to come twins at the bottom of your screen again. Heavy set at the top. Single back in the backfield as the Indians look to the sideline for direction. Little motion coming across here. Jet motion is going to be a counter handoff. Nice tackle there by number 9, Groce, from the outside linebacker position. Generally is going to play that strong safety position, but in a heavy run, walked up, made that tackle for no gain. Maybe half a yard. So we'll call it 3rd and 3. Ball sits at the 41-yard line now. So big opportunity for the Trojans to get a stop here and force a punt by the Indians. Single receiver top and bottom. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Trojans do a nice job there. Number 6, Ross. Number 33, Vaughn, make the tackle for no gain. It's going to bring up 4th and about 2.5 yards. So we'll see if Chattooga is interested in trying to go for it. They have not run a punter on yet. So we'll see how risky they want to be here. Trojans need to be smart, not jump off sides. We've had some opportunities with that this year. Potentially the Indians were trying to get the Trojans to jump off sides. We'll see here. Looks like they are. Play clock's down to 10. They continue to look to the sideline. We'll see if they run this football here or not. Play clock's down to 5. They do snap the football. Trojans are going to hit the back in the backfield. No gain there, and the Trojans are going to take over in Indian territory. Nice tackle there. Couldn't see who finished it up. Looked like number 6, Ross, potentially. So that'll be a turnover on downs, and Gordon Lee's going to take over at the 43-yard line of the Indians. So great field position and big stand there from your Trojan defense. Apologize, it's a little harder for me to see who's doing what tonight. I'm trying to watch a bit of the replay, see if I can get some numbers called. The angle's a little bit different tonight. Looks like we're going to have twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Looks like we're going to have Groce in the backfield just behind Day. Looks like Ross is going to be in that tight end style position. Going to hand this ball to Groce straight up the middle. He's going to fight, push the pile forward. Looks like he's going to pick up about 3, which will bring up 2nd and 7. Football will sit at about the 38-yard line now. Actually, a bigger gain than expected. So picked up about 4. So bring up 2nd and 6. Groce showing that power in his legs there as he drove the pile forward. Same set, twins at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top. Ross in the backfield. It's going to be another handoff to Groce up the middle. He's going to get hit early, pick up about 1.5 yards there. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 4. Football now sits at the 36-yard line of the Indians. Groce is going to come off. Number 33, Vaughn, is going to come on. Twins at the top of your screen, single receiver at the bottom. We also have a tight end at the top of your screen. Trojans tried to get the Indians to jump off sides. No luck there. Plenty of time left on the play clock, though. Would expect a smash mouth run here by Vaughn. Be a handoff up the middle. Vaughn does try to get to the outside. It's only going to pick up about 1 yard. Be tackled right at the 35-yard line. So that's going to bring up 4th and a long 2 here. Definitely 4-down territory for the Trojans, though. So Trojans run on an additional sniffer in number 45, Sean Harms-Benefole. Vaughn remains in the backfield. Trojans again try to get the Indians to jump off sides, but they're unable to do so. Handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's going to drive his feet. That'll be enough for a Trojan 1st down. Very few teams are going to be able to stop Vaughn from picking up a couple of yards when it's needed. So the football now is all the way down at the 31-yard line of the Indians. 1st and 10 for your Trojans. And that 1st down was brought to you by Beth Price with Keller Williams. Looks like Groce is going to be back in the backfield. McAllister and Garrison at the top. Norton at the bottom. It's going to be a handoff to Groce. Plenty of room to run to the outside. He's going to show off that speed, make a nice cut. Going to take the ball all the way down to the 8-yard line, and that'll be another Beth Price Keller Williams 1st down on a big run there by Peyton Groce to the outside. Chattooga's got some serious size in the defensive tackle positions. The Trojans are looking to have a little bit more luck to the outside. Groce put on a nice run there. Football now sits at the 8-yard line, 1st and goal for your Gordon Lee Trojans. Groce is going to remain in the backfield, single receiver, top and bottom. Norton on the bottom, Garrison on the top. It's going to be a quick pass to the outside to, I believe, number 5. Nope, who is that? Is that number 8, Oliver? Believe that was number 8, Oliver, or number 1, Norton. Not sure. I'll tell you in just a minute. Looks like number 11, McAllister there with the touchdown. Sorry about that. And that is a touchdown brought to you by Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts. So your Trojans take a quick 6-0 lead after that big 4th down stand they made, taking over in Indian territory and then just basically running the ball down the throat of the Indians. And then one pass for a touchdown from Data McAllister. And now number 26, Grimes, is set up and ready to kick the extra point. We do have something going on here from an officiating standpoint. Looks like we're going to back the Trojans up 5 yards. I believe the snapper actually picked the ball up off the ground when he went to turn it around. So that'll make this extra point a little bit harder on Grimes, but a good opportunity for him to practice his field goal attempts. Shout out to Josh Daniel. He hit me up, let me know that was number 11, McAllister, with the touchdown. Thank you, sir. Braxton Daniel set to hold. Here's the snap. It's down, kick is up, and kick is good despite being tipped by the Indians. A nice kick there by Grimes. He kicked through the block and was able to put that football through the upright. So with 5:36 left to go here in the first quarter, Gordon Lee leads 7-0. So nice job there by the Trojans moving that football down the field early. Also saw some different players in defensively there for the Trojans in that first possession. We'll see if that continues. James Schaefer, Levi Meacham were in. So we'll see what the plan is for the remainder of the game. So this will be the second kickoff of the night for the Trojans. Grimes did a nice job with a deep kick to about the 5-yard line, and then number 20, Dylan Curry, with a big tackle right at that 20-yard line. See if we can do that again here. Chattooga does have some speedsters back there standing at the 10. Trojans are going to need to stay in their lanes and make a sure tackle here. It's another high kick by Grimes. Going to be fair caught at the 19-yard line. So that should put the ball right at the 20 for the Indians. So basically same result as last time, except that time none of the Indians got hit by Mr. Curry. So fortunate for them. Looks like defensive line's going to be Joshua Murtaugh, number 66, number 45, Sean Harms-Benefole. Looks like number 6, Ross. Looks like number 17, Levi Meacham's going to be in the game. Linebackers are going to be 33, Vaughn, 3, Price. Corner's going to be 8, Oliver, 5, Garrison. And then safeties are going to be Groce and Norton. Single receiver, heavy set at the bottom of your screen here. Football's getting run to the outside. Going to be smothered by a gang of Trojans. First hit by number 33, Vaughn. Then number 3, Price, helped to clean that up. So nice job there by the Trojans. Going to be a loss of a yard there. Going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looks like 17. Meacham's going to come off. Number 11. McAllister's going to come on. It's a little bit of a nickel look here. Another handoff, hit early and often again. Looks like that's going to be number 6, Ross, if I'm not mistaken, that made the initial contact and then cleaned up by number 4, Braxton Daniel. So nice play again there by the Trojans. Going to be another loss of a yard. Going to bring up 2nd and 12. Trojans did a nice job there on the defensive line, shedding blocks, making contact in the backfield, and those linebackers were able to come in and help clean up the mess. So big 3rd down again here for the Trojans. Would not expect the Indians to go for it here if they don't make it on 3rd down. Clock sits at 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Twins at the bottom of your screen. No receiver at the top. Potentially a passing down. We do have motion from number 17. Going to be a jet sweep to the outside. He is showing some speed, but going to get knocked out of bounds. Definitely not a first down. Not even sure he picked up a yard there. Maybe 2 to make it 4th and 10, but would expect the Indians to punt here. Looks like we're going to change up the punt return. Looks like number 1 Norton's going to go back to return punts tonight instead of number 8 Oliver. Nice job again there defensively by the Trojans, making a solid stand and forcing this punt. Clock continues to run, about 3.5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. It's going to be a returnable punt, caught at about the 48 by Norton, and he is up the sideline, making a lot of people miss. Going to get knocked out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. So good job there by the Trojans. Fielded at the 48, taken all the way, looks like the 32-yard line. So Trojans again have great field position. Nice punt return there by number 1 Norton. That's his first opportunity to return a punt this season, so appreciate that. Shout out to Maggie Robertson, who's watching from Disneyland in California. Appreciate you tuning in. Trojans are going to have trips at the bottom of your screen. Number 33, Vaughn, in the backfield. Single receiver at the top. It's going to be a quick throw to number 5, Garrison, on the outside. Good blocking, and he's going to take it all the way up the sideline for a touchdown, Trojans. And that touchdown was brought to you by Noah Garrison, as well as Jordan Dupree with United Real Estate Experts. So quick strike there for the Trojans. They took over with 3:30 left to go in the quarter, scored a touchdown with 3:07. Not great at math. That's 23 seconds, folks. That's how you move the ball down the field. So pending the extra point, your Trojans lead 13-0. Grimes did almost have the extra point blocked last time when he was moved back 5 yards. Let's see if we can get a little bit about better blocking for him here, make this a little less contested. Kick is up. Kick is good, and Grimes remains perfect on the season on extra points, and your Gordon Lee Trojans lead 14-0 with 3:07 left to go here in the first quarter. This is exactly what the Trojans wanted to see. Get out to a fast start, put some points on the board. Last week, we would get ahead by 3 scores, then give up a score. Get ahead by 3 scores, give up a score. I think at one point we were up 4 scores. Just didn't feel like we had created enough space to give a ton of opportunity for our young guys to get in the game. The hope tonight is that we can get up 4 scores, stay up 4 scores, and get some of these youngsters some action. Shout out to my man Ricky behind the camera, doing phenomenal work tonight. Scoreboard guy A.J. Edmondson working it over there tonight. He's got his lovely wife sitting with him. So the Trojans line up again to kick. Grimes' leg might fall off if this continues, folks. This will be his 3rd kickoff of the night here in the first quarter, plus 2 extra points. See what the Trojans decide to do here. Going to be a short kick, fair caught at about the 28-yard line by number 2. That exact kick last week, Christian Heritage allowed to bounce. I believe number 17, Levi Meacham, was able to pick the ball up for the Trojans on basically a virtual onside kick. Looks like the Indians watched a little film, knew not to allow that to happen this time. So the ball does sit at the 29-yard line of the Indians, 1st and 10. Trojans come out in that same look with number 17, Meacham, on the defensive line. Love it. Putting a little speed down there. Single receiver, top and bottom. Going to be a handoff again up the middle. There's going to be nothing there. Tackle's going to be made by number 6, Ross, number 3, Price, and number 33, Vaughn. When your defensive end and both your linebackers are able to make tackles behind the line of scrimmage, it's a good night. So that brings up 2nd and 11 after a loss of 1. It's not a sack, but it is a loss. So close for my man, Jamie, and Crawfish Springs Custom Cabinetry and Millwork. We'll get some sacks tonight for you, sir. Chattooga comes out, single receiver at the top, heavy set also at the top, single back in the backfield. Would expect to see a run to the top. It is a run to the top. Not a lot of running room there. Vaughn, believe it's the same 3 guys again. Nope, this time it's Vaughn, Groce, and Ross in on the tackle. 3 seniors making a play together. Looks like he picked up a yard. And that'll bring up 3rd and 9. Unfortunately, the stick man's not moving the stick, so it still looks like it's 3rd and 11, but it's not. It's 3rd and 9. Twins at the bottom of your screen, heavy set at the top. There's going to be a rollout here. Going to be a throw to number 44 on the outside, but he's going to get taken down instantly by Vaughn, and number 4, Braxton Daniel. It's going to bring up 4th and 5. Football now sits at the 34-yard line. It's going to force Chattooga to punt the football again. So nice job defensively there once again. Cheerleaders are down there having a big time tonight. We'll get some video of them here shortly. Student section's lit up in neon. And Norton back to return again. He's going to stand at about the 32-yard line. Had a nice return last time. This ball's also going to be returnable. He's going to catch it at the 35, avoid the first block, and he's wide open down the sideline. He could potentially take this one to the house. And he is going to house this football. Big return by number 1, Norton, for another Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts touchdown. Norton fielded that ball at the 35, made the first guy miss, and then had an alley all the way up the bottom side of the field. Ross laid a nice block there, made sure he didn't hold, did a good job getting in the way. Norton was able to make one cut and end up in the end zone to make it 20-0 with 40 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Grimes again having to set up and kick. Here's the snap. It was a high snap. Grimes was able to get a boot on it, put it through, but the whistle blew. It was offside defensively. Ball went through the uprights. Would have been nice had they just allowed that to count and us decline the penalty. But unfortunately, because of that encroachment, Grimes is going to have to kick the football again. And as I said earlier, his leg may fall off before the end of this game. The Trojans move up about 1.5 yards for this extra point, and Grimes is set to kick. Here's the snap, good hold, kick is up, kick is good. Grimes booted that about 20 yards through and remains perfect on the season. Your Gordon Lee Trojans lead 21-0 with 40 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. This is exactly what we wanted to see. See, Vincent Davis has joined us tonight online. Shout out to Vincent. Almost basketball season, Vincent. I know you're excited when basketball season comes around. One of the most loyal Trojan fans we have, so thank you for that, sir. Make sure you're watching Vincent Davis's basketball coverage. Might try to join him and announce a couple of those this year if he'll let me. Take a look here at our cheerleaders having a good night tonight with our student section decked out in neon before we kick this football off. Grimes is set and almost ready to go here. See if he goes with a deep kick here. He does kick this one deep. This one's going to be fielded right at the 10-yard line. Trojans are coming down the field. Tackle's going to be made. Big tackle there by number 33, Vaughn. He always shows up wherever the football is. And I can promise you, if you're carrying the ball, the last person you want to see is number 33, Lane Vaughn. He brings the thunder. So the Trojans, again, going to come out defensively. Football's going to be sitting right at the 20-yard line. That seems to be the best play for the Trojans. Kick it deep. Let your coverage team go down there. Provide a little bit of punishment for the opponent and make them go 80 yards for the score. Trojans have got to work to make sure they stay active here. Again, up 3 scores. Last week we saw ourselves get up 3 scores, then give up a score, kind of on and off all night. We'd like to continue this trend again, as we've talked about. Further ahead we can stay, the more experience we can gain, more rest we can give some of these veterans as we move further and further into the season. Looks like we've got number 8, Oliver, in the face of the receiver at the bottom of your screen. Garrison in the face of the receiver at the top of the screen. It's going to be a handoff to the outside. He's going to get hit, taken down, looks like by number 33, Vaughn, again on the tackle. Had a little help there from number 66, Murtaugh. Stadium is eerily quiet other than the Trojan band. Clock ticks down. That'll be the last play here of the first quarter. So your Trojans are going to be leading 21-0 at the end of the first quarter, and we will take you to commercial break.
At Ace Hardware of Lookout, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade your home with Cali flooring. They've got beautiful styles, durable quality, and perfect for any room in your house. And the best part, it's a fast turnaround, so you don't have to wait weeks to start your project. Plus, we offer free delivery on anything that you buy from us. And it doesn't stop there, because we're all about paint. We've got a full line of Benjamin Moore paint. We've got countertop options that have samples in quartz and granite. And we've got cabinets for your kitchen, your laundry, and your bathroom. You can literally sit down and put all this together in one place. And we've got a spot waiting for you. So come see us today at Ace Hardware of Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the start of the second quarter here. Trojans off to a hot start, leading 21-0. Last touchdown was brought to you by Landon Norton on a huge punt return from the 35-yard line, 65-yard punt return to the house, making it 21-0. Trojans just kicked off before the end of the quarter and were able to stop the Indians on first down for just a gain of 1 yard. And now we'll start this second quarter. Going to be a pass to the outside. It looks like it was set up to be a double pass, and it is an attempt at a double pass. Did not look good. Was basically thrown up like a punt. Fortunately for the Indians, the Trojans were trying to cover deep. That ball was thrown about 15 yards short and fell harmlessly to the turf. Shout out to Mr. Thompson watching from Dalton, Georgia. Says the Trojans are looking good. So it's 3rd and about 8 for the Indians here. They're one play away from having to kick it back to the Trojans right at the beginning of this second quarter. That's the last thing they want to do. Going to be a drop back pass to the outside. It's not going to be caught. And then a big hit was laid by number 4, Braxton Daniel, sending a signal to the Indians that had you caught that ball, you weren't going anywhere. So that's going to bring up 4th and 8 for the Indians. And they are going to run their punt team on the field reluctantly. Certainly don't want to when you're down 21-0. But with the football sitting at your own 21-yard line, anything else would be coaching malpractice. But the danger is you've got Norton standing at about the 48-yard line of the Trojans, and he just took one to the house on you. You might just want to kick this one out of bounds, punter. Instead, he kicks a high punt. It is going to be, it's going to be tried to be fair caught. But Chattooga comes down, hits Norton directly in the ribs before the ball came down, a la Florida State Miami of the early 2000s. Fortunately, Norton was able to come up, but that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. That should move the football into the Indian territory to start the game. I'm going to be honest with you, that was a little more than kick-catch interference. That was laying out the punt returner before the ball ever came down. Anybody who used to watch those Miami versus Florida, Miami-Florida State games in the early 2000s, a lot of messages were sent that way. Not sure you want to send the Trojans a message when you're down 21-0. We'll see if the Trojans can go up 4 scores and send a little message here to the Indians. So this ball is going to be stepped off all the way to almost the 35-yard line, if I'm not mistaken. Football's going to sit at the 38-yard line of the Indians. So Trojans only have to go 38 yards to score here. Let's see what they do. Looks like they're going to have number 33, Vaughn, in the backfield. Looks like they're going to have Oliver and Garrison at the bottom of your screen. I believe that may be McAllister at the top of your screen. This is going to be a pass. Going to go deep over the middle to a wide-open receiver. Unfortunately, it was thrown just a little too deep, and number 6, Ross, was unable to come down with it. Number 8, Oliver, was also wide open there, so opportunity for the Trojans to have another quick strike. Unfortunately, we're not able to connect there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 10. They did a nice job there with the fake, which gave us 2 open receivers. Looks like number 1, Norton's coming back on, so he's good to go. Number 8, Oliver, coming off. See if the Trojans continue to try to pass here, work on that passing game, up 3 scores. Looks like they're going to hand one off to Vaughn to the outside. He's going to make a nice cut. Pickup of, call it 7 yards, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 3. Looks like number 3, Price, is going to come in here. Number 6, Ross, is going to come off. Looks like there was a penalty. Didn't see the flag there. So that was a penalty against the Trojans on an illegal block. So it looks like we're going to back things up here. So Trojans shot themselves in the foot there a little bit. Was going to be 3rd and about 3. Looks like they're going to be going the wrong direction here. Football is going to sit all the way at the 40-yard line, and they have to get to about the 27 for a first down. So 2nd and 13 here for the Trojans. See if the Trojans attempt to strike via pass here again, or if they're going to let Vaughn run this football. Looks like it's going to be another pass. Deep ball thrown to number 1, Norton. It's going to be face guarded all the way down the field, which is legal in high school. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 13. So it looks like number 9, Groce, is going to come in the backfield. Number 33, Vaughn's going to come off. Looks like 3, Price, is going to remain in that tight end sniffer position. Norton, the bottom of your screen. Twins at the top of your screen. Looks like we're going to run a bit of a tunnel screen to number 5, Garrison here. It's going to pick up about 5. And that's going to make it 3rd and about 8 here. But the Trojans are all the way down at the 35-yard line. So definitely 2-down territory. You could tell by that offensive play call by Campbell, knew he was going to be able to go for it on 4th down as well. So just tried to pick up a little bit, see if they can get the rest of this here on 4th and 7. If not, Trojans defense have shown the ability to stop the Indians. Looks like the Trojans are going to call a timeout here. So while the coaches meet with the players, we'll take you to commercial break.
shop with us.
All right, Trojan fans, we are back for this 4th and 7. Football sits at the 35-yard line, needs to get down to about the 28-yard line for the Trojans to get a first down here and continue this drive. If not, Indians will take over. Looks like the Indians have got extra defensive backs in the game here. Trips at the bottom of your screen, single receiver at the top, number 9, Groce in the backfield. Going to be a straight drop back. Ball's going to be thrown to number 1, Norton, for a first down and then some. He takes the football all the way down to the 16-yard line, and that's another Beth Price Keller Williams first down for your Trojans. Nice throw and catch there from Day to Norton. Norton went up, high-pointed that football, came down, made a nice spin move, and then got some yak yards there. Vaughn in the backfield here. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He gets hit low, which is very wise of the Indians. You hit Vaughn high, you end up regretting it. But he picks up what looks like, from my vantage point, 7 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3. Trojans go quick here. Another quick handoff to Vaughn. He gets hit low, though. Actually only picks up about a half a yard. This is going to bring up 3rd and about 2.5 for the Trojans. They need to get to what looks like the 5-yard line here, but there is a flag. Potentially receiver was not set, or the Indians were running a player onto the field. So let's see here. Looks like an illegal substitution there. So that'll be a pickup of 5 for the Trojans. That should be a first down after they step this off and bring up 1st and goal for the Trojans. 9:36 left to go here in the first half. Trojans lead 21-0, looking to go up by 4 scores here on this possession. They are going to step it off. Football now sits just inside the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Trojans. Vaughn remains in the backfield, single receiver, top and bottom. Smash mouth football time here. Handoff to Vaughn. He gets hit, gets down to about the 3, it looks like. So pickup of 1, bring up 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Looks like Vaughn's going to come out. And looks like the Trojans are going to run in a big heavy set with number 6, Ross, number 3, Price, and also number 62 coming into the game, which is Parker Ray, to add a little extra beef here, and number 19, Honor Smith. So heavy set at the top of your screen. Wildcat formation for Groce. He's going to run right behind that heavy set, right into the end zone, and you're going to have a touchdown, Trojans. That touchdown was brought to you by number 9, Peyton Groce, and Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts. That makes your score 27-0 Trojans, pending the extra point by Grimes with 8:53 left to go here in the half. Grimes again perfect on the season. Did almost have one blocked earlier, because one of the big men for Chattooga made it through the middle. Grimes kicked the ball hard enough to get it through, though. Here's a snap. It was a high snap. Good job there. It was a high snap. Good job getting it down by number 4, Braxton Daniel. But that one's blocked. That'll be the first official miss of the season, but clearly not a miss. That ball was headed straight through the uprights, but was blocked there by the Indians. So that keeps the score 27-0 Trojans with 8:53 left to go here in the first half. Both bands are getting ready to perform at halftime, so please stick with us and watch that. The Trojan band continues to put on a great performance week after week, performing Neon Ocean as they prepare for band competition season, which culminates at Peach State. The Trojans are going to be kicking off again. This will be the first one that's going this other direction here. Grimes has done a nice job all night being able to kick the ball wherever he wants it. We have seen that the deep kicks have ended up with the Indians at about the 20-yard line, so we'd expect to see that continue here with the Trojans up 4 scores. Sorry about that, folks. Ball is set and ready. Grimes is ready to kick. He boots this one deep into the corner. It's going to be fielded at about the 15. Tackle's going to be made by number 4, Braxton Daniel. Number 3, Logan Price at about the 22-yard line. We'll call it the 23-yard line. So 1st and 10 there for the Indians at the 23-yard line. Nice coverage down the field by Daniels and Price, both juniors for this team. Trojans have really shown a lot defensively. Indians have struggled to throw the ball at all, so the Trojans have been able to key in on the run and have really begun to make contact in the backfield on almost every single run. So we'll see if the Indians make any changes here. Nothing they've tried so far has seemed to work. Going to be a quick pass to the outside. Nice play there by number 8, Oliver. Ball was thrown a little high. Receiver went up to get it. Oliver laid the smack down on the receiver, and he was unable to hold on to the football. Really nice technique there by Oliver, keeping his hips low, able to change directions quickly, break on that football, and put a nice hit there on the receiver to bring up 2nd and 10. Single receiver, top and bottom. 2nd and 10 for the Indians again. They're going to hand this one off. Back does not get hit in the backfield. Does get hit. Tackle's made by number 4, Braxton Daniel there, and then cleaned up by Groce. Pickup of about 4 yards there. It'll bring up 3rd and 6. So the Trojans once again have a good opportunity to get a 3 and out. I see number 70 coming off the field. Joseph Mason was in the defensive tackle position there. He comes off. Looks like the Trojans are going to walk number 3, Price, down to defensive end here, with Groce and Vaughn now in the linebacker position. Going to be another handoff. Same exact play. Actually, he's going to get big gainer there. Broke several tackles. Going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line, so that'll be a big first down there for the Indians. Back had a huge head of steam up at the top of your screen. Trojans struggled to bring him down there, so that'll be a first down for your Indians. I believe that's only their 2nd first down of the game, with 7:45 left to go here in the first half. Looks like we've got Jason Cole watching from Indiana. Shout out to his nephew, number 85, Ethan Howard. Going to be a handoff to the bottom of your screen here. Is going to be hit by Vaughn, Groce, Price. Looks like Murtaugh. Basically the whole Trojan defense for a gain of 0. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball remains at the 40-yard line of the Indians. Clock continues to run. Just under 7 minutes here left in the first half. Trojans up 27-0. Going to have a twin set at the bottom of your screen. No receiver at the top. Here's a snap, going to be a handoff at the top of your screen. Going to be hit in the backfield by multiple Trojans. Looked like the initial hit was made by number 3, Price. Looks like number 4, Braxton Daniel, came in to help clean it up. So pickup of a yard there. Ball now sits at the 41-yard line. 3rd and 9 for the Indians. To be honest with you, across the 40-yard line and down 4 scores, would not be surprised if this is 4-down territory for the Indians. They're clinging to life here. Trojans go up 5 scores. Not sure there's a lot you're going to be able to do just based on the inability to throw the football down the field by the Indians. Single receiver, top and bottom. They try to get the Trojans to jump off sides, but fortunately, Trojans were able to stay. Looks like the Indians call a timeout, so while we meet with our players, we'll go to timeout.
I started helping people buy homes in 2017, and for 8 years, I have been showing up when they need me. I believe relationships drive success. It's about being available when it matters most. My mission? Keep it easy. Buying your first home should feel clear, not complicated. Let's go step by step together. You'll move into your next chapter feeling confident and ready. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, let's take the mortgage journey together.
All right, Trojan fans, we're back with 5:43 left to go here in the half. Indians have a 3rd down and 9 from their own 41-yard line. Sorry, got a little choked up there. See if the Trojans can be bash strong here on this play. The high snap is going to be a drop back. Tons of pressure being put on by number 6, Ross. Quarterback's going to throw the ball downfield, but nowhere for it to go. Ross continues to be a menace in the backfield, and the Trojans were able to remain bash strong there and bring up 4th and 9. Looks like they are going to bring on their punt team. You know, we have a lot of people who watch the games on Saturday mornings. I want to give a shout out to my man KJ Smith. Little guy watches the games on Saturday with his dad, Jack. So shout out to KJ. See, we've got a Lynn Smith and Dandy Smith watching. Their great-grandson, Levi Meacham, all the way from Florida. So shout out to them. Thank you very much. Going to be a snap. Going to be another high punt. This one's going to need to be fair caught again by Norton. He does catch it at about the 35-yard line. Going to tell you, that was pretty impressive there by Norton. After taking that illegal hit earlier, he had to avoid another hit in order to fair catch that football at the 35-yard line and give the Trojans the field position that they have. So the Trojans, again, with 5:28 left, are up 27-0. Looks like we're going to go Twins at the top of your screen, Twins at the bottom of your screen, and Vaughn in the backfield. Handoff to Vaughn up the middle. Basically doesn't get touched for the first 4 yards. Continues to drive his feet, just running through the entire Indian defense. Picks up 17 yards and into Indian territory all the way down to the 48-yard line. Vaughn tapping his helmet, wanting to get a little bit of a break after that monstrous run. Shout out to my man Ross, who's watching in Dahlonega as he prepares for his bicycle race on Sunday. Sorry you're not able to be here with us, but glad you're watching from Dahlonega. Going to be a deep pass here over the middle to number 8, Oliver, who's wide open. Football's caught. Touchdown, Trojans. That touchdown was brought to you by Oliver, as well as Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts, to make the score 33-0 Trojans. Big throw and catch there. That's Oliver's third touchdown in the last 6 quarters. Great throw there by Day. Oliver was able to just run under that one, never had to break stride, and was able to just trot to the end zone for another Trojan touchdown. Last point after attempt was blocked. Saw Grimes over here working on getting that ball up just a little bit to see if he could get it over some of those bigger guys who seem to be breaking through the middle. So snap, kick is up. That one's low, but it is through and good, which makes the score 34-0 Trojans with 4:55 left to go here in the half. Trojans have taken the life out of this stadium. Home team, all stands are all sitting down. Very quiet here other than the Trojan sideline. Trojans are putting on an offensive clinic tonight, getting everyone involved. I'll get some stats from my man Gene Wilson, statistician extraordinaire at halftime. And we'll try to review some of those when we come back from the break. Shout out to my man KC Cole. He's watching from home tonight with Bash. The Trojans are rolling. My man Steve Waller also watching from home. Steve, we're friends tonight, enemies tomorrow. Go Dogs. Just kidding. You could never be my enemy, Steve. Here's the kickoff from Grimes. Going to be another deep one. This one's going to be fielded at the 6-yard line. Trojans are, big hit there. But number 11, Hurley McAllister, is able to make the play. Nice job there by number 11, Callister. One of the Trojans got virtually blindsided there, hit pretty hard. He was coming down the field. Not sure who that was. But McAllister was able to clean that up there. So the Indians will take over at the 23-yard line with 4:49 left to go in the half. Again, Indians only have 2 first downs that I can recall. They did get one on the last possession, had a couple decent runs, but Trojans have just been pouring it on here in the first half. Looks like 17, Levi Meacham again. He's playing a little bit of a defensive tackle here. Going to be a handoff to the top side. Hit's going to be made behind the line of scrimmage. Back was able to avoid that tackle, though, and pick up what looks to be about 3.5 yards. We'll call it 4 yards, bringing up 2nd and 6. Shout out to Gage, who's watching at home with his brother Kyle. Appreciate you guys watching. So 2nd and 6 here, heavy set for the Indians, trying to bring in extra blockers to see if they can make something happen, but nothing there. They may pick up about a yard there and get it to the 30-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd and about 4 here. Couldn't see who made that tackle, but looked like a host of defensive players there. Shout out to my man Xander Whitley and his mom, Tricia, who are watching from home. Appreciate your support as well, Z. Indians come out, single receiver at the bottom, heavy set at the top. Need about 4 yards for the first down. They do get a nice little push early, but not going to be enough for the first down. Only pick up about 1.5 yards. So the clock runs at about 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Going to be 4th and 3. Again, Indians are down 5 scores at this point, almost have to go for it, which is going to put them in a terrible position. But looks like they're not. They are running their punt team on here. Trojans need to be prepared for a fake. Shout out to the Coulters as well, who are watching from home. Just got a text from them. Love the Coulters, Laney and Neil. Sure y'all are sitting by the outdoor fireplace just enjoying this lovely evening. Thanks for the invite. Norton stands at the 40 here. Play clock's down to 4 seconds. Player runs on late for the Indians. We'll see if they get the snap off. They do. It is going to be a fake. This is not going to go well. Oh, no, he breaks the tackle, and he is going to get the first down. Trojans were prepared, but were unable to bring that punter down. Not even sure that was a purposeful fake. Ball was snapped poorly low, bounced around. Punter just took off with it. Trojans were not able to make that big stop there. Shout out to my man Ben Daniel as well, who's watching from home. Looks like he's got some early morning softball with his daughter in the morning, so he's enjoying watching from home. Woo, blast from the past. Seth Cardwell watching as well. Seth, hope you and Julie are doing well and enjoying the game tonight. Here's a handoff up the middle. Trojans are going to make contact. The back's doing a good job of driving his feet. Going to pick up about 3 there, bring up 2nd and 7. Football's going to sit at about the 43-yard line. Yaya and Bobo listening from home as well as Yaya prepares the Saturday football goodies. I know I'm missing people. I've got 19 text messages. Everybody's hitting me up. I'll get you in a minute. So 2nd and 7 here. Single receiver top and bottom. Going to be another handoff up the middle. No, quarterback keeps it. He's being chased. He's just going to throw this one away as Ross, again, being a menace to society in the backfield. Let's see who else we got here. Shout out to Megan Breeden. Looks like the Glams have a competition in the morning, so they're resting up. Looks like Kirby Bradley, again, watching from Texas. Even Mr. Langston shouting us out. Thank you, Mr. Langston, watching from Bristol, Tennessee. Single receiver, top and bottom. 3rd and 7 again here for the Indians. Going to be another drop back pass. Ross gets held, or is it Ross or Price that got held? Ball got thrown deep, so Price was putting pressure on it. Draws the holding penalty. That's going to back them up 10 yards, but that was incomplete. We'll see if they decline that penalty. Price did a nice job of avoiding the rush at the top of the screen there. Avoiding contact with the defensive end, and was just held as he ran by the defensive end. Looks like the Trojans are going to decline that penalty, though. We do have an injured player on the field. It does look like he's going to be up, so we won't go to commercial break. Only 56 seconds left to go in the half. Shout out to Misty Day, who's watching with Dusty. So thank you very much, Misty, for watching with us. Prayers up for Dusty as well. Prayers for the whole day family. Let's see. Check and text again. Shout out to Jordan Dupree, who is watching from home as well. And I don't know if Abby Cardwell is watching, but it is Magic Abby. Abracadabra, you've been shouted out. So once again, the Indians line up to punt. Norton stands at about the 25. Another bad snap, and the punter's going to take off, but he's going to be tackled for no gain there Clock's going to stop with 46.5 seconds left. And the Trojans are going to take over at the 38-yard line. Is there a penalty flag on the field? I thought I heard that over the PA system. Let's see here. If this is against the Indians, it's going to be extremely painful for them. Let's see what the call is. Looks like holding on the Trojans. This is an odd call on a ball that was never punted. But hey, whatever. I do have one question for Yaya at home. What are you cooking for tomorrow's football festivities? I was thinking about doing a little over-the-top chili for my house, but your food's always so good. Ricky seemed excited about that over-the-top chili. I wouldn't be surprised if he just shows up at my front door. And if he does, I'll let him in because he does some phenomenal camera work. Looks like the cross-country team is in Darlington at 8 a.m. tomorrow. So Ashley D is not here watching from home, so shout out to her.
Just outside the 46-yard line of the Trojans will be first and 10.
So that call just basically handed a first down to the Indians. Not sure about that holding call considering the fact that the ball was never punted, but hey, down 5 scores, I can understand why you might make that call. Heavy set at the bottom, handoff to the back. He's going to get drilled in the backfield. Initial contact made by 6 Ross. 33 Vaughn brought the heat. Clock continues to run down to 35 seconds. The Indians don't seem to be any hurry here, which is surprising, down by 5 scores. Be really interested to see what the Trojan coaching staff does here in the second half. How much of these younger guys they're going to want to get into the football game to get some experience, also get some of our veterans rested up and healed up, ready to go for next week. Clock now sits at 10 seconds. This should be the last play of the half. Got motion from number 17. Ball's going to be snapped, handed off up the middle, drilled by number 6 and number 45, Ross and Murtaugh. And that's going to bring an end to the first half. Your Trojans lead 34-0. Reminder to please stay and watch both bands perform as they work just as hard as these football players, cheerleaders, and everyone else. Please stay and watch, and we will be back here in about 20 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field
field your Gordon Lee Marching Trojan Band. Our halftime show is entitled The Neon Oasis, a sci-fi epic about finding hope after a dystopian disaster. Music includes selections from Ready Player One, Thank You Scientists, The Pixies, and Inside. Soloists include Gabe Johnson, Michaela Wolfmeyer, Abby Cherry, Paxton Connors, Tucker Park, Michael Clark, Melanie Huckabee, and Emily Moore. Drum major Olivia Wise, is your band ready? You may take the field for your performance.
Oh, and then I'm walking like yeah, all the rails up there. That section there that you get trapped in.
Ladies and gentlemen, the marching Trojan Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the award-winning Chattooga Marching Indian Band under the field direction of Drum Major Will Shepard. Tonight the band will be presenting selections from their halftime show, Beatlemania. Selections include Can't Buy Me Love, I Saw Her Standing There, The Yellow Submarine, Blackbird Yesterday, and Hey Jude. Soloist is Mr. Ben Woods. Marching band would like to welcome all the students throughout Chattooga County through the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade bands that are looking forward to being part of this group out here coming soon. So sit back and enjoy the music of the Beatles as presented by your Chattooga Marching Indian Band. Drum major, is your band ready? You may take the field for exhibition.
Oh, you're bribing him to go to the concession stand for you? I see. Oh, you receive? We are off to a start.
I started helping people buy homes in 2017, and for 8 years, I have been showing up when they need me. I believe relationships drive success. It's about being available when it matters most. My mission? Keep it easy. Buying your first home should feel clear, not complicated. Let's go step by step together. You'll move into your next chapter feeling confident and ready. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, let's take the mortgage journey together.
On the field,
it's not just sweat you're losing. You're losing minerals, vitamins, and focus. Let's be real. Water really does suck until you put something in it. Real flavor, no fake junk, electrolytes that fuel performance. Champions hydrate smarter. Water sucks. Fuel that matters.
When you want to keep up with the Gordon Lee Trojans, you listen to Brent, Jay, Ricky, and all the guys here. But when you want a home mortgage, you should call Payne Mortgage Team, where we are reinventing the mortgage experience. We'll take care of you, we'll even have some fun, and you'll get a brand new house.
You gotta come see us on September 27th. We've got 15% off all Echo Power equipment. It's trimmers, blowers, chainsaws, you name it. Top quality tools at great prices. Don't miss out and come see us at Ace Hardware Lookout. You know we're always ready to help.
I'm Jimmy Sprayberry, class of '79. I grew up here in Chickamauga. Krista and I raised our children here. You know, I learned a whole lot about life on this field, and ever since 1988, I've been helping folks with their insurance needs.
When I turned 60, I too became bombarded with phone calls and junk mail about Medicare insurance. And that's why I want to offer you a free Medicare review.
It's an honor to serve the community that I live in and help it to thrive. Here at Summit Physical Therapy, we focus on getting you back doing the things that you love to do. With years of trusted experience, we're bringing expert healthcare closer to home. It's hometown healing with care that's personal, local, and built around you. Coming soon to our North Georgia communities.
The Trojan Club raises money to support all athletics at Gordon Lee High School. 100% of all proceeds benefit our student athletes, and we like to say thank you.
Thanks for the turf and the video board.
We love our renovated dugouts and video board. Thank you for covering all drug testing and our athletic fees.
We appreciate the drones and the Titan GPS trackers.
We appreciate you covering our state travel fees and equipment upgrades.
Thank you for our custom whiteboard and our upgraded lockers.
We love our awesome new court and video board.
Thanks for paying our entry fees to our tournaments and everything you do for our athletes.
If you want to be a part of this greatness, scan this Venmo code and donate to the Trojan Club today.
All right, Trojan Nation, we are back for the second half of this game. Your Trojans currently lead 34-0, which is a 5-score lead. When you have a 5-score lead, it's like having a chandelier over your dining room table. But when you score to take a 6-score lead, it's like having a chandelier over your master bathroom toilet. It's just excessive. But the Trojans are trying to be excessive tonight. They'll take the ball to start the second half and see if they can add that chandelier over the toilet. And then we'll get to the running clock for the mercy rule, folks. So Trojans have a good thing going for them tonight. Looking at individual stats, quite honestly, Trojans don't have a bunch of huge stat leaders offensively. With the field position they've been getting, Trojans have got their leading rusher is Groce with 34 yards, then Vaughn with 33 yards. Day's thrown for 111 yards and 3 touchdowns. But again, great field position. Trojans haven't had to do a lot stat-wise to build this big lead. Looking around the region, looks like currently the number 1 team in the region is Gordon Central, but they are taking a beating from Fannin County right now. So if all things hold, Fannin County will move to 3-0 in the region and be number 1. The Trojans will move to 2-0 in the region and be number 2. And then Gordon Central will move to 2-1 and sit as the number 3 ranked team in the region. Looks like we are about ready to kick the ball off. Looks like we're going to have Groce back deep. Looks like we're going to have Price and McAllister as your up backs. We could potentially have an onside kick here. Looks like they're lined up for an onside kick. Trojans are going to move up. It's going to be a high kick. If we let that go, that's going to be caught by McAllister. He's going to take it all the way out to the 40-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans from the 40 there. So more of a pop-up kick instead of an onside kick on the first kickoff attempt there of the game. People must have loved the chandelier analogy because I'm getting all kinds of text. Shout out to my fan club, Dane Anderson, Matt Provenzano, Laney and Neal, Roscoe. Trojans come out. Twins at the bottom of your screen. Single receiver at the top. Looks like that's Groce again in the backfield behind Day. Be a handoff to Groce up the middle. He's going to get hit and lose 1 yard there to bring up 2nd and 11 from the 39-yard line. Sorry, 38-yard line. Looks like the ball lost a 2 there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 12 for the Trojans. Don't see any youngsters in just yet. Trojans probably trying to have one solid drive here in the second half and then turn it over to some of these younger guys. Going to be a quick throw to the outside of number 11, McAllister. He makes several people miss, brings the football all the way up to right at the 44-yard line. So that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6 there for the Trojans. Looks like Groce is going to run off. Vaughn is going to run on. Looks like we're going to have trips at the bottom of your screen with Norton, Oliver, and Garrison. It looks like we're going to keep number 11, McAllister, up at the top of your screen. Going to be a handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's going to drive his feet. Gets close to midfield. Going to bring up 4th and about 1 from the 49-yard line. Coach Groce has not run the punt team on the field yet. Looks like he's going to run Ross onto the field, pull Oliver off. So we'll go a little heavier here on 4th and 1. Trojans defense has shown the ability to stop Chattooga. So Groce showing some faith in his offense here. Almost got Chattooga to jump off sides there. Would expect a little smash mouth football from Vaughn right up the middle here for the first down. See if the line can get a push. Instead, Trojans throw it out to number 5, Garrison. He breaks a tackle, and he is up the sideline. He's going to get tackled at the 29-yard line. So great throw and catch there. Garrison made a nice cut. One of our most sure-handed receivers on the team. He's a senior. Made a nice move, takes the football all the way down to the 29-yard line of the Indians, 1st and 10. And that first down was brought to you by Beth Price with Keller Williams. Clock ticks down to 9 minutes and 54 seconds. Vaughn in the backfield. Handoff to Vaughn up the middle. He's got tons of running room, and he's going to take this one to the house for a Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts touchdown. And there's that chandelier we were looking for, folks. Nice run there by Vaughn. Broken initial tackle by the linebacker, and then there was nobody anywhere near him. 29-yard touchdown run, and that makes the score 40-0 Trojans with 9:44 left to go in the third quarter. Again, Grimes sets up for another extra point. Trojans are going to have to work hard to block 0 and 41 here. Both very tall individuals. Snap, kick is up, kick is good. It looks like Grimes understood the assignment there. Kicked that ball at the lowest point to get it up and over those big hands early. to make the score 41-0 Trojans with 9:44 left to go in the third quarter. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the halftime performance from your Gordon Lee Trojan Marching Band. And here's a shot of the cheerleaders who are chanting Trojan Power. Trojans are showing plenty of power tonight, up 41-0. And just truly dominating this game. Grimes done a nice job kicking the ball off tonight. Again, those deep kicks seem to be the most successful for the Trojans. Last ball was brought out to, I think, about the 23-yard line. The two prior to that only made it to the 20, so we'll see what the Trojans do here off the boot of Grimes. It's going to kick this one deep and a little shaky to the outside. It bounces, going to be fielded and downed at the 18-yard line. Not sure why 17 did that. He fielded that, just took a knee. Probably could have at least got it out to the 20. Looks like the ball is going to sit at the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Indians. Looks like the Trojans are bringing in, I see number 84 now in the game. Eli Peak's going to be playing corner at the top of your screen. Looks like 31 Schaefer corner at the bottom of your screen. Looks like from a linebacker position, we've got 19 Honor Smith, 17 Levi Meacham. Going to be a run up to the high side of the screen here. And it's going to be a big breaker here. Schaefer's going to see if he can chase him down. Looks like number 15, Connor Jenkins, showing that speed and making a touchdown-saving tackle there. Jenkins, again, one of the sprinters on our 4x100 and 4x200 team, showing that speed, getting down the field to make that tackle. Trojans put some of the younger players in there. Chattooga was able to break a run, but Jenkins made a touchdown-saving tackle there. It's a nice job by number 15. So 1st and 10, ball sits at about the 25-yard line of the Trojans. Going to run that exact same play again, but number 17, Meacham's going to hit that back in the backfield. Get a little help from number 20, Dakota Curry. And so that'll be a gain of 0 yards, 2nd and 10 for the Indians. A nice recovery there by the young Trojan defense. Love to see some of these younger guys in. From a safety perspective, looks like we've got number 23, Jasper Beeson. Can't make out the number of the other safety. Looks like number 15. No, that is 15, Connor Jenkins. Heavy set at the bottom of your screen here for the Indians. But they're going to hand it to the weak side. Does get a nice run. Going to pick up about 7 yards. Going to bring up 3rd and 3 there. Everybody, including me, expected that football to get run to the heavy side at the bottom of the screen. They actually tried to break contain to the weak side at the top of your screen and were almost able to do it. Wasn't able to make out who made that tackle. But it brings up 3rd and 2. Football sits at about the 12-yard line. Needs to get to the 10 for a first down, but definitely 2-down territory for the Indians as they're down 41-0 with 7:53 left to go here in the third. Another heavy set, no receivers. Trojans look like they're going to be bringing the house. It looks like he's going to drive all the way down to about the 7-yard line. So that'll be 1st and goal for the Indians on that run. Looks like down to the 8-yard line. So the Indians are threatening to score here with 7:28 left to go in the third quarter. See if this young defense can bow its back here, show a little bit of grit. Obviously, they don't get nearly as much time to practice as the starters, so learning on the job here, but nice tackle there. See who gets up off that pile. Contact was made by number 17, Levi Meacham, who came from the linebacker position. to hit that back in the backfield. So 2nd down and goal now from the 7-yard line. Nice tackle there by number 17. Looks like defensive line's made up of number 70, Joseph Mason. Get some more numbers here in a second. Heavy set at the top of your screen. Be a handoff to the weak side at the bottom of your screen, and he's just going to waltz right into the end zone without being touched. Trojans had a nice run blitz there. Love the LED lighting here at Chattooga. They clearly haven't got to use that much tonight, down 41-6. Seems like a great opportunity for the Trojan Network to ask if we have any wealthy sponsors who want to put in some LED lighting for the Trojans. Last time I checked, it was about $100,000. Anybody got that to spare, please let me know. We'll get these lights installed ASAP at Gordon Lee. Kick is up. Kick is good. And the Indians are now on the board, down 41-7 with 6:31 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. No, the Trojans didn't want to give up a score there, but a great learning experience for that defense. And I love what I'm seeing here. Coach Groce is the defensive coordinator, pulled that entire young defense together, talked to them a little bit about what they saw, probably gave them some solid coaching on what to expect in the next possession. And hopefully these young men continue to grow. They haven't got a lot of opportunity yet this season, so this is a great growing experience for them. Looks like the Trojan return team will be your typical return team. See if the Indians want to do another one of those pop-up kicks. Last one was fielded at about the 30, if I'm not mistaken, and run to about the 45. So we'll see what the Indians try to do here. I'm checking my phone to see if I got any texts about the donations for those lights. I know somebody out there's got an extra $100K to spare so we can get those lights at Gordon Lee. Notice I'm not getting nearly as many text messages when I ask for money, Ricky. I'll remember that. All you folks asking for shout-outs, not one of you's given us a single dollar for these lights yet. Chattooga lines up for that kickoff. It's going to be a high pop-up kick. Going to be fielded by number 8, Oliver, at about the 33. He's going to take it against the grade and try to go all the way across the field. Finds himself a nice little alley. He's going to get tackled at about the 48-yard line. So nice return there by Oliver, taking it all the way from the bottom of the screen to the top of the screen. Pickup of about 18 there, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Trojans at the 40. Let's see where they sit this down at. It's like the 49-yard line. So nice return there by Oliver. Looks like the Trojans are going to do a little bit of substitution here. Looks like number 3, Price, is going to be in the backfield. Looks like we changed out quarterbacks. Looks like Braxton Daniels going to be at quarterback. Number 10 at the bottom of your screen is Carson Clark coming in at receiver. Play clock's down to 19. Trojans' young offense coming onto the field. Motion here. Picked up by Daniel after a bad snap. He's going to make something out of nothing. Picks up about 2 yards, 1 yard. Takes it to the 50-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Trojans there. Snap was a little low. Daniel struggled to grab it. Looked like it was going to be a jet sweep to the bottom of your screen, but obviously timing was broken there. Price remains in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Price up the middle, driving his feet. He's going to pick up about 7 yards there. Should bring up, it's like 8 yards there, so should bring up 3rd and 1 for the Trojans. Football now sits at about the 43-yard line. Looks like number 31, Schaefer's at the top of your screen. Looks like 20, Dylan Curry, also at the top of your screen. 3rd and 1, handoff to Price. He trips over the feet of the quarterback and loses a yard there to bring up 3rd and 3. Looks like the Trojans are going to go for it here. Not sure what Price tripped over there. Not sure if that was Daniel's feet or his own feet. Turf monster. See what we do here. Young offensive line does a nice job not jumping off sides there as the Trojans tried to draw Chattooga off sides. Bad snap's going to be caught by Daniel. No chance for him to gain a first down, though. Loss of about 8 there. And the Indians will take over right at the 50-yard line, 1st and 10. Looks like we've got a couple of offers. Got $1 coming in from Eric Davis. Steve Waller says he can write me a check. Casey Cole's asking for the Cash App, says he's got $1. So we're up to $3 for those LED lights, Ricky. All we need's about 99,997 more, and we got a shot. Had to do some quick math there. I graduated from UTC, so I'm not the smartest. Also had quite a few concussions as a football player, so do the best I can here mathematically. Young defense back out on the field again. See if the Trojans learned anything from that last possession and can make a stop here. Going to be a handoff to the top side of your screen. Back is just doing some work. 31 Schaefer's able to run him out of bounds, but not before he picked up, looks like about 9 yards there to bring up 2nd and 1. Clock continues to run. Actually, it does not continue to run, so we're not inside the mercy rule now after that score. So 4 minutes and 21 seconds on the clock. Clock did stop when that back was pushed out of bounds there by Schaefer. Heavy set at the top of your screen. Expect it to come to the bottom of your screen here because that's what seems to have worked. And it does. Pulling guards. Nice job there by number 85. Believe that is my man Eli Peak, Ethan Howard making a big tackle there. That's Bash Cole's brother making a big tackle, showing little bro how to be Bash strong. Nice job there by Howard. Chattooga was able to get the first down there, though, so it's 1st and 10. Ball sits at about the 37-yard line. Going to be a handoff to the top of your screen. Back's going to kick it to the outside. Looks like tackle was made there by number 84, Eli Peak. But a pickup of about 9 there, bringing up 2nd and 9. Looks like number 16's running onto the field. That's Calder Willingham. Number 20, Dakota Curry coming off. Oh, they did give Chattooga the first down, so it must have been a pickup of 10 there. Ball sits at about the 27-yard line. Heavy set top of your screen. Going to hand this ball right. No, they're not going to hand it. It's going to be a throw. Nice job there by Schaefer. Chattooga tried to quick strike there to the tight end. Schaefer sniffed it out. Was able to make contact with that tight end at the top of your screen. Scare that tight end into dropping the football, bringing up 2nd and 10. First pass attempt we've seen in quite a while from the Indians. Heavy set, bottom of your screen. We'll see if these guys pull and the ball gets run to the top of your screen. They do. Going to be another big gainer there for a first down. Looks like one of the things that we need to do here, looks like our defensive ends are coming up the field, leaving a bit of a gap there, right? So when you are younger as a defensive end, you're simply trying to get upfield to stop a toss sweep. Toss sweeps aren't as prevalent in the game anymore. Really, you're going to have those dives and read options. So that defensive end has to crash down on the tackle, closing that gap, keeping his wide arm free to make a tackle on the outside. Something that you don't learn until you get a little bit older here. So good opportunity for some teaching here by the coaches. Heavy set at the top of your screen. They're going to run it to the top of your screen. Up the middle. Nice tackle there. Looks like that tackle's made by number 17, Meacham. Number 62, Parker Ray as well in on the tackle. I don't have a desk up here, folks, so I'm having to dig through these rosters. Apologize for how long it's taking. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 6. Football sits at the 13-yard line. After this play, Ricky, we'll see if I got any more Cash App offers. Here's a handoff. Big hole. Tackle made by number 15, Connor Jenkins there. It looks like he's going to get the first down first. Keep getting in trouble. Apparently, I've been calling the Curry boys the incorrect names. Both of my sons have played with those kids for a long time, and I always get their names mixed up. It's their parents' fault for naming them all with D's, if you ask me. Thanks a lot, Beth Renner. Heavy set, top of your screen. Handoff up there. Trojans do a nice job of stopping the hole there, but nobody on the outside for contain. And the Indians are going to run this into the end zone. Once again, we're going to see those LED lights. Trojan fans, hopefully you're paying attention. Send those Cash Apps. Ricky, I really do love those LED lights. We got to find a way to get those. I don't think you can buy those on Amazon, but if you could, I could get us a 10% discount maybe. Kick is up. Kick is good, and that's going to make the score 41-14 with 1:14 left to go here in the third quarter. Again, that young Trojan defense learning on the job here. Coach Groce talking to each one of them as they come off. Nothing to hang your head about. These are opportunities to learn. Hopefully these young men understand that. Nobody expects miracles when you haven't had an opportunity to play much, but learn every single play. Trojan band's playing my favorite tune. Got to do a little dancing up here, Ricky. Whenever I don't know what to do, I do the Q-tip and the shopping cart. We are very live. Oh, thank you. We're glad to do it. We've got fans coming up talking to us. I love it. Love it. Levi Mitchell's parents came and thanked us for what we're doing here at the Trojan Network. Sounds like we got about 20 people watching number 17 play tonight, so that is fantastic. Looks like the Indians are going to line up to hit that pop-up kick to number 1, Norton. Might be a bad decision. If I'm them, potentially I kick this onside and don't pop this ball up to Norton, or they might regret it. They do pop it up to Norton. Norton's going to catch it. Oh, no, he drops it. We got a fumble. Ball's on the ground.
Ball is loose.
Not sure who recovered it. We'll see here. And it looks like the Indians recover, and they're going to take over.
Out of the pile with the ball. First and 10, Chattooga.
From about the 36-yard line. So this young Trojan defense getting plenty of work. Not a lot of work for this young Trojan offense. Unfortunately, only one possession here in the third quarter. Number 20, Dylan Curry, headed out to play linebacker. Sorry, Dylan. You know I love you, buddy. All right. Single receiver at the bottom of your screen. Ball's been whistled into play. Handoff to number 6 to the outside. Makes a couple guys miss. And he's going to pick up 4 yards. Football's going to sit at the 32-yard line, 2nd and 6. Indians should be able to get one more play in here before the end of the third quarter. Looks like number 84, Peaks, playing corner down here at the bottom of your screen. Looks like we still have Jenkins and is it Beeson playing safety? Going to be another handoff up the middle. He kicks it to the outside. Going to get run out of bounds after a pickup of about a yard, looks like. So the ball sits at the 30. Going to bring up 3rd and 5 here. Sorry, let's call it 3rd and 3. My bad. PA announcer can see it better than I can, clearly. Don't think the Indians are going to get this play off. Clock's down to 7 seconds. And they do not. But there is a flag thrown. Maybe offsides there on the Trojans to end the quarter. So that'll be a first down to start the fourth quarter. Oh no, offsides on Chattooga there. So we're going to back them up. Football's going to sit at about the 35-yard line. We'll flip ends of the field, and we will take you to a commercial break.
I bought my very first home here 22 years ago.
Since then, this town has become more than a place. It's my community, my passion, and my purpose.
I've helped families grow, empty nesters downsize, and dreamers take their first big step. Whether you're buying or selling, remember me. Let's write your next chapter together.
Looking for an affordable, convenient way to jumpstart your career? At Georgia Northwestern Technical College, we make education work for you. With hands-on training, many tuition-free programs through the Hope Career Grant, plus a 99% job placement rate means you'll be ready to fill in-demand jobs. Don't wait. Get the skills you need for the job you want. Visit gntc.edu today and start building your future.
All right, Trojan fans, we are back for the fourth quarter, and I'm going to tell you, well, now the officials have decided to flip ends of the field. I was a little confused there. They spent a lot of time hanging out. Looked like they weren't going to flip ends of the field. I was thinking that was less than stellar from the officiating crew, but looks like they have decided to do it here. And we will start the fourth quarter with the Indians moving right to left on your screen. All right, looks like we're going to have twins at the top of your screen. It is 3rd and 8 for the Indians. So twins at the top of your screen. One back behind the quarterback. Would expect to see a run here, even though they're in more of a pass formation. You're going to roll out to the right, though. Try to throw this ball to the outside. But this ball is 5 yards in front of the receiver, and that's going to bring up 4th and 8. Quite honestly, if I was the Indians coach there, they've displayed the ability to run the football. Probably would have run it twice there. Looks like 17, Levi Meacham's coming off after playing extremely well tonight. Number 14, Dakota Curry coming in the game. Again, I did not name these children with the same D letters. That's not my fault. That's Beth Renner's fault. So I apologize. I got those names wrong earlier. All right. Looks like we're going to have a timeout called by Chattooga. When they take a timeout, we'll take a timeout.
It's all Navy, baby, and we stand with them. At Jet Energy, we fuel progress, when and where you need it. Reliable, on time, every time. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
All right, Trojan fans, we are back for the home stretch of this fourth quarter. 11:56 left to go in the game. It is 4th and 8 for the Indians. Let's see if this young defense can make a play here and get the ball back to the Trojan offense. That young Trojan offense only has had one possession there in the third quarter. A couple bad snaps brought that to an end. So we'll see what happens here. Going to be a handoff. Nope, going to be kept by the quarterback. He's going to make a throw to a wide open receiver up the sideline. Tackle is going to be made, believe by, once again, is that number 15, Connor Jenkins, making that tackle? Not sure. Nope, looks like number 19, Honor Smith on that tackle. Sorry, far away and don't have a great vantage point. Nice tackle there by Smith, but big first down there by the Indians. Nice speed shown there by number 19 to make that tackle from the linebacker position, or that would have been a touchdown. Twins at the top of your screen, single back in the backfield. This young quarterback seems to be willing to throw the ball a bit more. It's going to be a handoff. Nice tackle is going to be made at the top of the screen there. Don't want to lose eyes. Who made that tackle? Dagnabbit. Worked his way into the pile. Looks like number 16 on the tackle there. I've already lost my sheet, so I apologize. That's Calder Willingham on the tackle, so nice job there bringing up 2nd and goal from about the 7-yard line. Twins at the bottom of your screen, single back in the backfield. Going to be a handoff, top of your screen again. Nice tackle. Nope. You make it through. Who made that tackle? Keep losing it. 59 on that tackle is Luke McBriar, the young freshman on the tackle there. Ball sits at about the 3-yard line, 3rd and goal. Would expect some smash mouth football here. See if the Trojans pinch and send these linebackers up the middle on a blitz. It is going to be a handoff to the top. Back's going to find his way down to the half-foot line. It's going to bring up 4th and goal here. So a really good challenge for this young Trojan defense on 4th and goal. Indians decide to go in a hurry here. Trojans were not ready, but they do make a hit in the backfield, but unfortunately he's able to bounce off the tackle and get into the end zone for a Chattooga touchdown, making it 20-41 with 9:24 left to go here in the 4th quarter. So what was a 6-score lead has now been cut to a 3-score lead with 9:24 left to go. Would expect the Trojans' young offense to come out on fire. Hopefully done a little bit of work here on the snap. Had some trouble on the exchange between the center and quarterback. So we'll need to see a little bit of improvement here on that to see if this young offense can get the football moving. That extra point was good, making it 41-21 with 9:24 left to go in the game. Last kickoff was fumbled, and Chattooga was able to recover it. See if the Trojans can be a little bit more sure-handed here. Looks like Trojans are going to put Groce back deep. McAllister and Price as the up backs here. Looks like they're going to kick this one again to either Norton or 11 McAllister. Hands team needs to be ready here. Quite honestly, I'd be ready if I'm Beecham, or looks like it's going to be a fair catch here at the 32-yard line there by Norton. So we'll give this young offense an opportunity to move the football down the field. Let's see who we have. Looks like from a line perspective, I see 58 Hasty, 62, which is Parker Ray, 75, which is going to be, Jared Kazai. Looks like 60, Conrad Leichman. Looks like Price is going to be in the backfield here. Looks like 32, Maddox Beeson playing that tight end position. Going to be a handoff to Price up the middle. He's going to pick up about 5 there, bringing up 2nd and 5. Looks like a little bit of an exchange issue between Daniel and Price there. Looks like Price had that football on his hip for a while. Luckily, that didn't result in a fumble. Let's bring up 2nd and about 6. Clock continues to run below 9 minutes. We're sitting at 8:55. Looks like number 18, Cooper Childs in the game. Be another handoff to Price up the middle. He's going to drive his feet. Going to pick up about 7, and that'll be a Beth Price, Keller Williams first down by number 3, Logan Price there. He's going to come off the field. Looks like we're going to bring on number 21, Cooper Sane in the backfield, as well as number 16, I believe that's Calder Willingham, if I'm not mistaken. Starting to learn some of these young guys' names. Looks like 10, Carson Clark's at the bottom of your screen playing receiver. 31, Schaefer at the top of your screen playing receiver. Clock continues to run below 8 minutes. Be a handoff to Willingham up the middle. He does a nice job. Picks up 5 there. Football's going to sit at about the 49-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 5 for the Trojans. The Chattooga band doing the spirit chant at the Trojan band. They're still fired up down 3 scores. I love it. Taking a little bit longer to get the plays into this young offense. Play clock's down to 8 seconds. Willingham still in the backfield. Beeson at the tight end position. Motion from number 21, Sainz. Going to be a jet sweep to him. He's got a ton of running room. He's going to pick up a Beth Price, Keller Williams first down all the way down to the 39-yard line. So nice run there by 21, Cooper Sane. Looks like he's going to come out. Number 18, Cooper Child's going to come in. Nice run there by the young freshman, Cooper Sane. Looks like Willingham's going to remain in the backfield here. Play clock's down to 13. Game clock's down to 6 minutes, 24 seconds. Going to be a handoff to Willingham up the middle. Once again, he's going to pick up about, let's call that 3 yards, bring up 2nd and 7. Football now sits at the 36-yard line. So nice run there by Willingham. He's going to come out. Price is going to come back in. Young Willingham showed a nice ability to run with power up the middle there. Again, football sits at the 36-yard line. 2nd and 6. Play clock's down to 7. Be a handoff to Price. He's going to take it up to the outside, lower his shoulder, run through a couple tackles. He continues to move the football down the field. Big gain there by Price of about 12 yards. Ball now sits at the 21-yard line, and that's another Beth Price, Keller Williams first down. Looks like Price is going to come out. Willingham's going to come back in. Nice run there by Price for his second first down here of this possession. Game clock's down below 5 minutes at 4 minutes and 57 seconds. Trojans are just slowly matriculating the ball downfield. Ricky, I love the word matriculating. 10 seconds on the play clock. Willingham in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to number 18, Cooper Childs to the outside. He is wide open, and he is going to waltz into the end zone for a Trojan touchdown from the young freshman, number 18, Cooper Childs. And that is a Jordan Dupree, United Real Estate Experts touchdown for your Trojans, making the score 47-21, pending the extra point. See if the Trojans bring out Grimes again for this extra point. Looks like they're going to have number 82, Ben Johnston, kick this extra point here. Here's the snap. Kick by Johnson is up, and it is good. So Johnston's first attempt of the season is drilled for the extra point, and that makes the score 48-21 for your Gordon Lee Trojans with 4:33 left to go here in the in the game. Love the jet sweep look we're running with these younger guys. A couple of really strong inside receivers in Childs and Sane. Those jet sweeps were successful both times we ran them. Combine that with the power from Willingham and Price, the Trojans were able to just easily move that football down the field, burn about 6 minutes off the clock, and cap it off with 7. Looks like we're coming out with the young kickoff team here. See a lot of new faces. Looks like Johnston's going to kick this off. I see Honor Smith. I see Willingham. I see Beeson. I see Curry. See Cooper Sane. See Connor Jenkins. See Schaefer. See Meacham. And I see Peak. So lots of young guys on this kickoff. Let's see if we can bring the wood here on a good kickoff. I'd keep your eye on Jenkins here. He has a nose for the football. Looks like the Trojans are going to kick this up the middle. It's going to bounce around quite a bit. Nobody's going to get a chance to make the tackle. He's going to fall on it at about the 17-yard line, and that's where the Indians will take over. Really wanted to see some of those young kickoff team members have the opportunity to make a big tackle. But that kick bounced around so long, the Indians just had to hop on it. Looks like on the defensive line, I see number 85, Ethan Howard is going to be in. Is that number 67, Ricky? Cody Palagno. I know I didn't say that right. I'm sorry to his parents in advance. Looks like 84 Peak's going to be playing corner at the bottom of your screen. Schaefer at the top. Looks like we still have Beeson in at safety. See Jenkins walking up at outside linebacker. It's going to be a quick handoff to the outside. Tackle's going to be made by number 19, Honor Smith. Again, showing that speed from the linebacker position. Pickup of about 3 yards there. Bring up 2nd and 7. So nice tackle there by Honor Smith. Looks like number 2, Colby Ball, headed into the game. to play linebacker. Number 19, Honor Smith, coming out after that big tackle. Clock continues to run just below 4 minutes now. Young Trojan defense getting themselves lined up. Going to be a sweep handoff to the outside. Tackle's going to be made by number 23, Beeson, as well as number 85, Ethan Howard. It's a nice job there by the Trojan defense. Pickup of about 6, going to bring up 3rd and 2. See if the Trojans can get a big stop here. I do see number 14, believe that's Dakota Curry in the game at linebacker. His brother playing outside linebacker, number 20 here at the bottom of your screen. Going to be a handoff up the middle. Trojans do a nice job, but that big back's going to find a way to get the first down. Looks like number 60, Conrad Leichman, coming onto the field. Number 62. My pages are starting to stick together. Parker Ray coming off. And that is a 1st and 10 for Chattooga, but the game clock is now below 3 minutes, sitting at 2 minutes, 57 seconds. Again, Trojans lead 48-21, and these young guys are getting a ton of experience here that you cannot replace or put a value on. Jet sweep's going to be fumbled. Ball's going to be recovered. No, ball's still bouncing around. Looks like it's going to be recovered by the Trojans. By number 2. Nope. Who recovered that football, Ricky? 59 with the recovery there, which is, dun, 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 Luke McBriar. Nice play there by young Luke McBriar, the freshman. Looks like we're going to have 48 playing receiver at the top of your screen, which is Mason Smith. Looks like Price is going to come out. Willingham is going to be in. Looks like 27, Landon Williams, is going to be at the bottom of your screen. Be a handoff to Willingham up the middle. Avoids the first tackle, picks up about a yard there. See number 43, Tucker Edmondson, coming in for number 21, Cooper Sane. Looks like Edmondson's going to work to the top of your screen with number 48, Mason Smith, in a twin set at the top, single receiver at the bottom. Willingham still in the backfield with number 17, Meacham, playing quarterback. Play clock's down to 12 seconds. Game clock is now down to 1 minute, 53 seconds. And again, football sits at the 24-yard line. Got to snap the football. Be a delay of game there on the Trojans. It's going to make it 2nd and 14 here. Trojans do a good job of letting that play clock run down, but if you're going to do that, you can't look to the sideline once you get set up. Got to run the play as is, no matter how they're lined up. Looked like they looked to the sideline to potentially make a change, but it was too late for that. Another one of those good lessons for the young players. See number 32, Maddox Beeson, playing that tight end role. Edmondson in motion. He's going to get a fake to hand off to Edmondson. Meacham's going to keep it right up the middle. He's going to take the ball back down to the 24-yard line. That's going to get back the 5 yards we had lost and bring up 3rd and 9 from the 24. Definitely 2-down territory for the Trojans with 1 minute, 20 seconds left to go on the clock. Would expect this next ball to be snapped at under a minute. Trojans should have to run 2 plays here to end this football game and go home a winner. I'm going to look on Max Prep, see if I can get an update. Wait a minute. Laney Coulter, send me a Paglino. All right. Thank you, Laney. Cody Paglino is the way I should be saying that. Keeper here by Meacham again to the outside. He breaks through 1 tackle, takes the football all the way down to about the 18-yard line, and that's going to bring up 4th and about 2 here with 35 seconds left to go, and the Trojans will not have to run another play. And we're going to end this game 48-21 Trojans. Huge win there. I don't have any of the final stat lines, but your local beard company player of the game is going to be Dusty Day. Threw for 3 touchdowns, maybe 4, can't remember, 3 or 4 touchdowns, and probably right at 150 yards, was extremely efficient tonight. So shout out to our local beard company player of the game, number 12, Dustin Day. Really appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Thanks for all your support for the Trojan Network. You all be thinking about how much you're willing to donate for these LED lights for Gordon Lee. We only need $100,000. That's 100 $1,000 donations or 1,000 $100 donations. Either way, it all adds up to $100,000, folks. So help us out. Hope everybody has a great night. This is Brent Price signing out for Ricky Millard and AJ Edmondson.